Hello everyone, and welcome to Youth Central's Youth of Distinction Awards, also known as YODA. My name is Eric.
And my name is Estelle Kim, and we will be your MCs for the event. We are also members of YODA's steering committee. Later on, you'll see our other MCs for this event, Manahil and Azad. Through these unprecedented times and the current situation regarding COVID-19, we were not able to hold our annual award ceremony, where we invite finalists and their friends and families to celebrate the amazing achievements of youth in our community. However, we will overcome these challenges. Today is a day of celebration and learning about some of these amazing youth. With the help of our fantastic videographers, DreamWix, we hope to create an unforgettable experience for all our nominees. We would love to see you at home watching our virtual ceremony. Feel free to post a photo and tag us at Youth Central YYC.
First, we will go over a brief description of the awards. YODA is not based on grades. Instead, youth are recognized for the positive impact they make in their communities. It is important now, more than ever, to recognize the youth that make our communities special. YODA celebrates youth through the following categories: Advocacy, Arts and Culture, Innovate, Leadership, Environment, Peer Support, Perseverance, Sportsmanship, and Volunteer.
The second thing that makes YODA so unique is that youth like myself plan the event and select the finalists. This year, we received 140 nominations. A big thank you to all our nominators. As a committee, we spent over 200 hours selecting the amazing finalists that you'll hear about today. It was really difficult to just choose 27, as all nominations were truly amazing. A big shout out to our committee. This year's committee was made up of 7 passionate youth.
Thank you to our steering committee members: Azad Gill, Estelle Kim, Constantine Koster, Cindy Lay, Manahil Naveed, Emerson Sylvester, and yours truly, Eric Yan. Also, a big thank you to our program coordinator, Michelle Hodgins, someone who guided us, listened to us, took care of us, and put up with us for over 200 hours. The Youth of Distinction Awards is one of 9 programs offered through Youth Central. Established in 1992, Youth Central is empowering youth to find and build their communities. Now, we'd like to invite the co-executive director of Youth Central to say a few words. Please welcome Lisa Kindry.
Hello everyone. I'm Lisa Kindry, co-executive director of Youth Central Society. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and celebrate with us in these unprecedented times. We wish we could have been together this year, but instead, we have to celebrate from the safety of our homes. COVID-19 has forced all of us to adapt in many ways. Youth Central is a charitable nonprofit here in Calgary that is focused on providing empowering opportunities for youth to find and build their communities. Each year, we engage with over 1,100 young people who provide over 30,000 volunteer hours to the community. The Youth of Distinction Awards, referred to as YODA, is one of the 9 programs we have here at Youth Central. We started YODA because there were very few awards given out to young people for anything other than sports and academics, and we felt more youth deserved recognition for the choices they make in their lives. Congratulations to all of the nominees. You are truly an inspiration to everyone. You've improved the lives of those around you. You have made our community a better place and are true leaders and role models for others. This is why we are celebrating you. You will definitely leave a lasting legacy on the Calgary community. There are many people who need to be thanked. To start off, I want to thank the YODA committee, who rose to the challenge to create a new way to celebrate YODA this year. Thank you for your time, effort, and creativity. This year, the committee gave well over 200 volunteer hours. I want to thank everyone who took the time to nominate a deserving youth this year. Without you seeing the value in these young people, we would be unable to have the celebration. I want to thank the award sponsors, ConocoPhillips Canada, the Friends and Family of Al Dewar, RBC, Rotary Club of Calgary East, Sandstone Asset Management, Smart Technologies, and TD Bank Group. Most of these sponsors have been with us for many years. Thank you for your ongoing support of Youth Central and the young people in our community. Thank you to our table sponsors, Calvert Home Mortgage, ConocoPhillips Canada, Harry and Martha Cohen Foundation, Matco Financial Inc., and Smart Technologies. Thank you for sponsoring a virtual table. I want to thank the Youth Central staff, especially Michelle and Roz, for very quickly working with the committee to create something meaningful for YODA 2020 and ensuring the finalists are properly recognized. Last, but certainly not least, I want to take a moment to thank the frontline workers and workers in essential services for their strength and dedication. Thank you for celebrating with us and watching the videos of these amazing and talented young people. Thank you so much.
Thanks again to Lisa for her kind welcome. To the audience, today you're going to learn about our impressive list of finalists and more about the amazing things they're doing. To our finalists, thank you for being you and inspiring everyone around you. Let me pass it over to Manahil to start us off with the awards. Make sure to wash your hands.
Our first category for today is advocacy. To be the leading voice for change is a position that demands confidence, drive, and passion. The advocacy category was meant to acknowledge the youths who listen to their convictions and bring change to their community.
The Advocacy Award. The Advocacy Award is awarded to a youth who commits time and energy lending their voice to a cause to bring about change. To receive this award, the nominee demonstrates passion and conviction. Roman WOLFLI. Roman is an outstanding young leader who is positively impacting the lives of children and youth across Canada. At 9 years old, Roman advocated to elevate the voices of children and youth in public policy. He was nominated to become a youth ambassador for Children First Canada and took part in the National Summit for the Canadian Children's Charter in 2017. Roman was a leader in creating and launching the Children's Charter at a press conference on Parliament Hill. This process entailed consulting thousands of children and youth from coast to coast over 2 years. While creating the Charter, Roman participated in a roundtable discussion in the Prime Minister's office and demonstrated impressive leadership. The Charter was launched in November 2019. It is a plan by children for children, outlining the key concerns facing Canada's youngest citizens. The Charter points government, the private sector, and civil society towards solutions needed to make Canada the best place in the world for children. Roman was instrumental to creating this powerful document and empowering thousands of children and youth. Roman has helped coordinate 2 events focused on raising Canada's report on the top 10 threats to children and putting children issues on the radar in the federal election. Recently, he met with the Minister of Finance to discuss the recent Young Canadians Budget Outlook, which was developed through consultations with Roman and his peers. Finally, Roman has presented to members of Parliament and the Senate advocating for investments in children and youth. DOMINIC KOSTER. DOMINIC has always been an advocate for both children with special needs and for those who are bullied. At 2 years old, DOMINIC started to advocate for his older, non-verbal brother, giving him a voice wherever possible. As he grew older, DOMINIC was an advocate for classmates who struggled defending themselves from bullies. Never a bystander, DOMINIC would always support others. After receiving training from the Red Cross, DOMINIC became a certified anti-bullying facilitator at his school and has held this role for 2 years. Youth who are shy, struggle with self-advocacy, or are unable to defend themselves are often the targets of bullying. This is also true for the special needs community. DOMINIC believes that speaking up for those who cannot does make a difference. Dominic's main motivation is supporting and standing up for his brother and everyone else around him. Dominic started working for the organization Between Friends and together with his brother, advocates for the special needs community. He has learned that advocating for others does not necessarily mean being part of a fight. As an anti-bullying facilitator, he has been trained on de-escalating conflicts. Dominic and his brother completed a door-to-door fundraiser for Between Friends where they raised more than $1,000. He plans to continue to advocate for his brother and the special needs community by becoming a team leader with Between Friends. HAAZIQ ALTAF. HAAZIQ ALTAF is a relentless advocate pursuing inclusion and empowerment in the community. Young Muslims is an international organization that focuses on developing local Muslim youth through mentoring programs, sports, community, volunteering, and leadership workshops. HAAZIQ has been involved with YM since 2014, first as a student and then as a volunteer and youth leader. HAAZIQ created a revamped curriculum at YM, focused on leadership projects and a fundraising project that also allowed youth to create awareness about atrocities occurring worldwide. 13 students participated in this project, raising $748 in donations over 3 weeks. The success of this project initiated exponential growth of YM, with 100 more students enrolled today and more than $126,000 raised in donations over the past 4 years. This is all due to HAAZIQ's drive for empowerment and vision for change. HAAZIQ also became a youth leader at Inclusion Alberta to advocate for those with developmental disabilities and to shine light on inclusion in communities across the province. Whether he's guest speaking, inviting others to talk about inclusion, or advocating for spaces to be accessible, HAAZIQ's tenacity for empowerment never wavers. He approached the Genesis Centre to break down 2 accessibility barriers those with developmental disabilities face: large crowds and noise. He created the first lending library of accessible resources at the centre, providing noise reduction headphones, fidget toys, and weighted vests. His vision behind all of this? Inclusion. HAAZIQ wants to create a welcoming environment where diversity and ability is not just present, but celebrated.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Kramer and I am the District Lead for Calgary South for TD Canada Trust, and I am very happy to be with you today by video. I am so inspired by all of the amazing things you do. It makes TD very proud to support Youth Central and the Youth of Distinction Awards. At TD, we want to help young people be prepared for their future and make the world better for everyone. We are proud to sponsor the Advocacy Award as it celebrates youth who are passionate about bringing change in their community. Congratulations to our 3 finalists, HAAZIQ, Roman, and Dominic. I wish we could have met in person. And now it is time to announce the winner. It is my great pleasure to share with you the recipient of the 2020 Advocacy Award, Roman WOLFLI. Congratulations, Roman!
Thanks for listening to my saxophone display. I hope you enjoyed it. Speaking of displays, we're moving on to our next category, arts and culture. It is amazing to learn about the amount of youth artists that have made an impact on our community through their own creative outlets. This award would not be possible without our sponsors. Please stay tuned for our finalist introduction.
The Arts and Culture Award. The Arts and Culture Award is awarded to a youth who demonstrates passion for arts and culture, including music, theater, dance, film, or visual arts. The nominee is committed to helping others understand the importance of arts in their community through acts like mentoring, teaching, fundraising, and raising awareness. Rosemary Morrison. Rosemary is a practitioner, a patron, a producer, and a provoker in Calgary's theatre scene. A grade 12 student in Calgary who rehearses and performs at her school, Rosemary also takes the initiative to involve herself in many projects within her local community. Since 2018, she has been an actor and an associate producer for Dirty Laundry, The Next Generation, an improvisational theatre company featuring over 20 youth. She also co-wrote the play Revolution or Slumber for One Yellow Rabbit's High Performance Rodeo with her class and is a student ambassador for Downstage Theatre. Revolution or Slumber was the first time a high school was ever a part of the High Performance Rodeo. Rosemary spearheaded the fundraising campaign, managing to raise a good portion of a professional productions budget in order to present the show. She has also stage managed and is currently writing a new show for Downstage Theatre's Shake Up Festival. After attending Arts Trek, a summer theatre school for teens, Rosemary became a vocal supporter, spreading the word to her peers. She was instrumental in getting the word out about Revolutionary Slumber, building an audience for student-created theatre. Rosemary also works with Calgary Young People's Theatre, where she continues to learn and support those around her. Rosemary has also learned, practiced, and implemented marketing and business development strategies. Many people, whether youth or industry professionals, have come to rely on her. Rosemary's advocacy for the Alberta art scene is unmatched. VALERIA VAZQUEZ. Valeria performs Mexican dance with her sister Miriam in and around Calgary. She is very proud of both her Mexican culture and her Canadian culture. Valeria has engaged her friends in learning Mexican dance and loves to share stories of the history and dance traditions. She is comfortable performing and speaking in public and shares her knowledge during performances and when she is with her peers. From these experiences, her confidence and her articulation have both grown immensely. In addition to performing and sharing Mexican dance and culture with her community, Valeria helps her sister to paint pictures to help support Inclusion Foothills, an organization that supports families and special needs children. Valeria has a special needs sister and deeply appreciates the support their family receives from Inclusion Foothills. She is very passionate about using her artistic skills to make other people's lives better. She also creates posters, cards, and other gifts for fundraising events. Valeria is always willing to perform to teach others about the traditional dances and music of Mexico. She loves to create art and to perform to an audience. From this dedication, Valeria has developed leadership skills by challenging bullying and unjust behaviors within her school and greater community. She often talks about sharing these skills and passions for the rest of her life. Looking into the future, she is very interested in becoming a chef to create artistic, cultural food to share with others. Anthony Boyer. Anthony has been making music since the age of 12 and has condensed a catalog of over 3,000 songs into 4 released albums. They are also passionate about sound production and graphic design and use these talents within the CJSW radio station, where they help in show production, fundraising, and sit on the executive board. Anthony also has their own radio show where they work hard to keep CJSW running. Through fundraising, show production, design work, and hosting, they have a hand in almost every facet of the organization. Anthony is also a regular participant in Jam Club through Discovering Choices School and the National Music Center. Here they help instruct other youth in a wide variety of instruments as they have spent their life mastering many. Anthony is constantly working to improve their skills. By teaching and participating in Jam Club, they are helping to build community and appreciation for the arts. The arts have been a refuge for Anthony and helped them through some very difficult times in their life. Yet it has not been a passive refuge. Through artistic experimentation, Anthony has made friends, gained confidence as they perform in front of their peers, and cast their voice over the airwaves. They now have a sense of direction and purpose in their life and are actively pursuing the skills required to make it a career. Anthony hopes to reach a wide audience and continue sharing the comfort found in music with others.
Hi everyone, I'm Brent Pickrell. I'm the president of Sandstone Asset Management. We're so proud to sponsor this year's Youth of Distinction Award in the Arts and Culture category. I'd like to start by congratulating all 3 of the finalists, Valeria, Rosemary, and Anthony. Someday we will meet in person, but for now, I'm so excited to announce that the recipient for this year's Arts and Culture Award is Rosemary Morrison. Congratulations, Rosemary.
This just in, we have a really special message from Mayor Nahid Nenshi of Calgary, so please stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Nahid Nenshi, Mayor of Calgary, and I want to congratulate all of this year's finalists and winners for the Youth of Distinction Awards. You know, I love YODA, I love Youth Central, I love everything about the fact that we get to acknowledge leaders in the community today doing extraordinary things through YODA. I'm very sad that I'm not with you in person. I'm very sad that I don't get to see your faces and get inspired by your stories, but I'm inspired by all of you nonetheless. We have never needed strong leadership and strong citizenship in our community more than we need it right now. And you know, if you've heard me speak before, I don't like it when people say young people are leaders of the future, because you're not. You're not the leaders of tomorrow. You're leaders today. You're leaders right now, doing extraordinary things in our community with all of the magnificent acts of service and leadership that you are doing right now. So congratulations to everyone. I continue to be inspired by your example.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Mayor Nenshi. Hey Manhill, I think you're getting a really important email. You should check that.
Hey Azad, thanks for a notification. Looks like I've got mail from a team leader for a volunteer project. There are a number of impactful volunteers that help shape our community that we have today. The work that they have done is not only limited to their hours, but also includes the positive influence that they have on the people around them. Our finalists for this category are youth who have dedicated their time and shared their passion through volunteering.
The Volunteer Award is awarded to a youth who is truly selfless and dedicated to helping others. Though not necessarily in a leadership role, the nominee has shown commitment to bettering their community by volunteering their time to help a cause they feel passionate about. Grace ZHANG. While many high school students choose to volunteer for credits, hours, or otherwise, Grace volunteers because she is truly passionate about the community. Not only does Grace volunteer often, but her attitude towards volunteerism is always positive, and the quality of her work at service projects is consistently exemplary. Grace is most passionate about working with the Salvation Army, where she often helps prepare meals and serve lunch to vulnerable and homeless populations in Calgary. Additionally, she also volunteers in the summertime for the Salvation Army summer camps, working with children from immigrant and low-income families. Grace is particularly devoted to the Salvation Army because she greatly respects the work done by the organization for people of all different backgrounds to whom she can often relate. She herself is from an immigrant family, and she understands deeply the difference these services can make. When volunteering with a group, Grace is known to take the initiative and help less experienced volunteers in their tasks or perform beyond what is expected of her. Her bright temperament and hard work inspires those around her and promotes volunteerism to others. She's also been able to gain real-world experience and skills that she can apply to her personal, academic, and eventually professional life. Grace plans to continue volunteering through Youth Central as a senior volunteer and hopes to become a team leader for the organization when she turns 18 years old. She plans to continue giving back throughout her post-secondary education and beyond. William Lee. William began to share his passion for helping others when he got involved in a writing program in junior high. This was an opportunity for him to benefit from the kind actions of others, and he realized that with what he had learned, he was able to share this with the other youth. He wanted to keep the cycle of volunteering and learning moving forward within his community. For the past 2 years, William has been an active volunteer with the Connect Teen Crisis Line and provides comfort and support to other youth. He has gone through training on some very sensitive topics and has become very knowledgeable on different mental health issues and resources. William has always been quick to provide advice and support for his friends who have needed it, and his volunteering has made a real impact on the people around him. William has also been very active in the Calgary debate community. With the EDGE debate program, William and his peers helped implement and mentor debate programs in junior high schools. They helped develop a curriculum that would teach debate in a more engaging and educational way. He was able to take his own knowledge and experiences of debate and transform it into something that he could teach others. Through his volunteer experiences, he has turned into a better problem solver, leader, and listener. William has learned how to support the people around him and how to empower them to do what they love to do. ZAREK WRIGHT-WINNIPEG. ZAREK is the proud father of a 3-year-old son who is everything to him. During ZAREK's last year of high school, his son was diagnosed with a serious condition. As a result, ZAREK did not meet his graduation requirements and required an extra year of high school. He wanted to show his son how important education was, so he fought hard to finish his last year. ZAREK is passionate about his community. He believes it's important that Indigenous youth have positive influences and adults that they can look up to. While ZAREK was struggling with some of the worst times of his life, he attended USAY, the Urban Society for Aboriginal Youth, and built positive and strong connections with the staff. Now that ZAREK is in a position to give back, he has been a volunteer for the last 2 years, giving back to other youth. He has become an integral member of the team, and because all of his amazing work at USAY, ZAREK is now being considered for a job as a youth worker. He has worked very hard to stay in school, achieve a high school diploma, be an amazing father, stay clean and sober, and be there to show other youth that hard work pays off. ZAREK intends to pursue a degree in social work, and his goal is to work with Indigenous youth on their journeys to heal from the trauma that has been passed down from residential schools.
Hi, my name is Matthew Burpee, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of Youth Central Calgary. I'm honored and privileged to be presenting this year's Volunteer Award for the YODA Youth of Distinction Award ceremony. Obviously, we would have loved to do this in person, but with everything going on in the world, I suppose this is the next best thing. Let me start by saying congratulations to our 3 finalists, Grace, ZAREK, and William. Each of you have done an incredible job, and any one of you would be deserving to win this award. Now more than ever, it's important that we remember to contribute and give back to our communities, and the 3 of you serve as incredible role models for the rest of us. Without further ado, the winner of this year's Youth of Distinction Awards volunteer category is ZAREK WRIGHT-WINNIPEG. Congratulations again.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Tewksbury. I was an Olympic champion swimmer and one of our country's first openly gay sports people. And I'm so thrilled to give a shout out to the Youth of Distinction Award winners. Congratulations for the amazing things that you're doing in the city of Calgary. Earlier this year I had a show called Belong, and it really talked about community and coming together. And I know it's tough right now, but thrilled that through the YODA, the Youth of Distinction Awards, all of you are being celebrated and coming together, at least virtually. Thanks for all that you do, and keep up the great work.
Recycling, composting, and reusing are all little gestures we can do to help the environment. With the environment category, we hope to recognize the little things and the big things that youth in Calgary have done to make our city a cleaner place.
The Environment Award. The Environment Award is awarded to a youth who is committed to improving the environment and reducing environmental degradation. The nominee will have achieved results and made the world a little greener. DEWIS. For the last 8 years, youth volunteers from Youth Central have been removing invasive plants from the Weasel Head, one of the most biodiverse and beautiful natural areas in Calgary. Preserving this area of Glenmore Park depends on the efforts of many volunteers. Over 14,000 non-native shrubs have been removed. If allowed to spread unchecked, these species would displace native vegetation. This would reduce biodiversity, but also affect the erosion patterns and the ecology of the area. But removing these plants is not an easy task. They can be up to 3 meters tall and are often in difficult and awkward areas to reach. It can be a long trek through thick vegetation to get to the weeding site, all while carrying tools. Cole attended a weeding workshop at Weasel Head in 2018 and impressed staff with the natural ease he embodied while working in these challenging conditions. With a quiet and uncomplaining disposition, he was a very effective and diligent worker. Throughout 2018, Cole continued to volunteer at Weasel Head to remove invasive species and impress the volunteer leaders with his effort and commitment. After gaining experience and developing his skill, in 2019, Cole began taking the time to help other volunteers. In an easy and friendly manner, he would show new volunteers what to do. Weasel Head volunteer leaders felt that Cole was a real asset to the group and agreed that his contribution to their invasive plant program is certainly worthy of recognition. Kayla Newman. Kayla is and has always been extremely passionate about the environment, human health, and the integrity of our ecosystems. Kayla spends most of her free time either outside or researching topics such as food security, climate mitigation adaptation technology, and biodiversity threats in the Bow Valley. Kayla believes that she can make real change and speaks about the need for youth to be involved in real decision-making processes regarding policy, design, or even architectural plans. When youth are at the table, adults have to be more accountable to youth and to the environment. Kayla is focused on creating healthy, vibrant, sustainable communities right here in Alberta. In recent months, Kayla has publicly spoken about green building policy, pipeline disputes, carbon taxes, and education policy. She has grown her confidence by taking risks and letting herself be heard by a wider audience. Her success in these areas has enabled her to take on more leadership opportunities, including motivating young people. Kayla's experience as a young environmental leader in Alberta has allowed her to speak at various conferences in the past year: the Alberta Sustainable Building Symposium, the Alberta EcoTrust Conference, the Canadian Rockies Youth Summit, and the Alberta Recharge Environmental Education Conference. At these events, Kayla holds her own in discussions with any professional in the industry. Kayla hopes that people will see how environmental conservation, social justice, and human health all intersect. She wants people to understand how their choices impact not only the environment, but their health and their families. PRIYA MIGNEAULT. PRIYA is impassioned and motivated about protecting the environment every day because she recognizes the value of the natural world around her. She sees how we coexist with nature and is concerned about environmental and social justice issues. PRIYA cares about our planet and is inspired to work towards a cleaner, better future for all of us. PRIYA has helped with implementing environmental solutions into her community and spends at least 5 to 6 hours a week on different extracurricular environmental projects. About 3 years ago, PRIYA joined the Permaculture Calgary Guild board as the social media coordinator. PRIYA has become more compassionate and has developed her skills as a leader. She instills a sense of hope for the future by speaking at different summits, workshops, and strikes.
PRIYA started the youth-led non-profit Earth Guardians YYC, e.g. YYC, with a mission to inspire young people to become environmental stewards in their communities and provide them with the tools they need to achieve their goals.
PRIYA and those in her nonprofit are designing a project called The Flower of Waste, which is a massive wild rose sculpture made out of single-use plastic bags. This project will raise awareness about single-use plastics and recycling and will be presented to Calgary schools on ways youth can help reduce their environmental footprint.
My name is Evelyn Furchek. I am the Director of Communications and Community Investment at ConocoPhillips Canada. ConocoPhillips has been a proud sponsor of the Youth of Distinction Awards, the Environment category, for many years. Congratulations to all of this year's finalists, and in particular, PRIYA, Kayla, and Cole, the finalists in the Environment category. I really wish I'd been there in person to meet you and hear more about the wonderful things that you're doing, but it's still my pleasure this year to announce the award winner, Kayla Newman. Congratulations, Kayla.
That moves us on to our next category, leadership. There are so many impeccable youth leaders in Calgary, and I'm glad that we were able to recognize some of them today. Please stay tuned for our finalist introductions.
The Leadership Award. The Leadership Award is awarded to a youth who takes on a leadership role to bring about positive change to their school or community. The nominee will demonstrate responsibility and drive, as well as initiative in starting new projects and programs. KANJI. Attending the 2017 Rotary Youth Leadership Awards sparked Camille's interest in leadership and becoming a Canada Supreme Court judge. Growing up in Northeast Calgary, Camille sought to take advantage of leadership opportunities at Clarence Sansom Junior High, where he was recognized as a Student of the Year, earned multiple Student of the Month nominations, and served as Student Council co-president. As founder, chair, and president of Calgary Youth Community Council, president of the Ismaili Youth Club, and national chairman of Canadian Leaders United Summit, Camille generated opportunities for youth to engage in civic issues, offering a voice to youth. Camille was the chair of the Youth Community Council in Calgary's Northeast community. From the ground up, he built the council, recruited several members, and grew their capacity for community volunteerism. This was a powerful revival of youth engagement in the Northeast. 10 to 15 youth regularly participated in meaningful community volunteer opportunities. They planned 2 successive youth conferences, reaching over 150 participants. Youth were positively impacted and encouraged to establish a sense of pride for the area they live. He has also worked with Focus on Seniors, an organization that specializes in assisting isolated seniors who are facing severe mental health issues. KAMIL is continually working to better himself and the organizations he associates with. He recognizes he is drawn to issues in which he shares a personal connection. He is passionate about trying new things, bringing new ideas to the table, and is always willing to help and include others. Lindsay Cummings. Lindsay is best defined as a leader. Despite her mental health challenges, she always gets up in the morning and tries to better the lives of those around her. She doesn't use her struggles to define her. If she sees something wrong with her school or people around her, she speaks up and dedicates her time to create meaningful change. At 10 years old, Lindsay started her own soap business, Lindsay's Soap for Hope, where she donates all profits to a different cause within wee villages each year. She's raised almost $10,000 all on her own, making soap in her basement, going door to door, online, and to local markets. Her soap business has also helped her grow immensely by learning about business and hard work, which has helped her manage her anxiety. She wants to show others that nothing is impossible at her age. Lindsay not only dedicates her life to fundraising, she is also busy at school developing petitions, running WE Club, volunteering, and making speeches. She wants to inspire others to share their stories and is currently creating a blog for mental health and self-harm awareness. Helping others is her life's passion. Lindsay has embraced her beauty, and when people ask, she sits down and tells them her story of recovery and inspiration. She's inspired so many people to show their scars and believes that showing your scars is an important step so that maybe someday the world doesn't have to live with them anymore. Brendan Roberts. Brendan didn't become the student council president at his school for popularity, recognition, or to help his university applications. He did it because he genuinely cares. He is passionate and determined to create the best high school experience for Bishop Carroll students by volunteering for events, encouraging participation, and truly making the school the best it can be. He sees the potential in every one of the student council members and encourages them to follow in his footsteps. Since Bishop Carroll is a self-directed school, he spends most of his day planning, coordinating with teachers, and personally volunteering for events, and does most of his schoolwork at home. This motivation has allowed him to lead the most successful year of student participation yet at Bishop Carroll. Student council is no longer disorganized or mismanaged due to Brendan's leadership. This year, Brendan really wanted to help a cause, and he chose to support the Ronald McDonald House. For months, he corresponded with the house and pushed school-wide events. By the end of the first semester, $1,500 was raised and was matched by another company to make a $3,000 contribution. Thanks to Brendan's leadership, drive, and true dedication to making a positive impact, Bishop Carroll was able to make a huge local impact. Whether it's giving everyone a voice, no matter his stance on the issue, or encouraging those who feel they can't use theirs yet, Brendan will always bring out the best in others.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm the chair of the board of directors for Youth Central, and this is Lewis. I want to congratulate the nominees for this year's Aldur Youth of Distinction Award for Leadership. We sponsor that award every year and very, very proud to do it. I want to congratulate Brendan, KAMIL, and Lindsay for being nominees in this award. It's a great honor and you guys are doing great things. I want to ultimately congratulate Brendan Roberts, who's won this year's YODA. Thank you so much. Lewis congratulates you too. Congratulations.
Hey Estelle, heads up.
Wow, what a throw, Azad! A perfect way to introduce you to our next category, sportsmanship. There are so many youth in Calgary who have demonstrated sportsmanship in their community. It was truly inspiring to see all the different athletes share their talent and passion with those around them. Our finalists for this category are diligent and influential individuals who have not stopped their passion for sports to themselves, but also shared it within their community. They are true athletes in the sense that not only are they amazing in the sports that they do, but also encourage their fellow teammates, as well as help new beginners. Now, a message from Youth Central's favorite actor, Andrew Fung from Kim's Convenience.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Andrew Fung, aka Kimchi from Kim's Convenience. Congratulations to all of the nominees, finalists, and recipients of the 2020 Youth of Distinction Awards. I am in awe of your hard work and I am so proud of your accomplishments. I cannot wait to see your continued impact on any of the communities you're a part of going forward in the future. You are all role models and you're all leaders. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you've done and congratulations.
The Sportsmanship Award. The Sportsmanship Award is awarded to a youth who is passionate about athletics. They will demonstrate sportsmanlike qualities such as mentorship, coaching, planning, and enthusiasm. While they don't have to be the most athletic nominee, they will show commitment to helping others recognize sport as an important part of their community. Chelsea Wong. Chelsea has been a competitive figure skater for over 10 years. She started in singles free skate and moved to team synchronized figure skating in recent years. Her team competed at the Skate Canada National Championships in Calgary. Chelsea's passion shines in the countless hours she dedicates to learning, practicing, and competing year-round. Last year, she became a Skate Canada certified CAN skate coach. She works part-time teaching kids how to enjoy skating in both group and private lessons. After volunteering as a mentor for Big Brothers Big Sisters, BBBS, as well as participating in a humanitarian trip to Ecuador, Chelsea felt compelled to do more. She created a year-round skating program called Learn to Skate WONG for disadvantaged children aged 5 to 9. She networked with BBBS and the Stoney Nakoda community for students. This weekly program has continued in Morley on a First Nation reserve. Chelsea's program is free for families and includes equipment paid for through grants, fundraising, and even her personal money. Coaching children has given Chelsea patience and has made her appreciate the reward of teaching and mentoring others. Becoming a certified skating coach has opened doors for Chelsea in the ways she can give back. Her skating program has benefited children in Calgary and the Stoney Nakoda community who are often overlooked and don't often have these opportunities. Lessons benefit the children mentally, physically, and socially. Beyond this, they bring the entire family out to watch and encourage everyone to be active year-round. KAITEY MILNER. KAITEY has been figure skating for 9 years and has been training at North Edge Skating Academy for 2 years. On the ice, KAITEY feels free, but sadly in 2016, KAITEY had to take a break from skating. She had been struggling with her mental health and was hospitalized for over 3 months. While in hospital, she also had her first grand mal seizure. KAITEY has since had over 10 seizures, both on and off the ice. Her seizures are now under control, and she has not had one in over 2 years. Despite many serious physical and mental health issues, KAITEY has persevered and has never given up on her passion. One day, while practicing at Village Square Leisure Centre, KAITEY was approached by someone completely new to skating. She sat down on the ice and helped the novice tie her skates up. The novice asked her to help teach her the basics, and KAITEY was glad to share her knowledge. She has been coaching for a few months, and while she does get paid for it, her rate is significantly lower than others. She acknowledges that sometimes financial barriers can prevent people from accessing coaching and support. KAITEY has built lifelong friendships through her passion for sports. While she may sometimes fall, she is resilient, always gets up, and is determined to help others. Cho Hao Dundee Wang. Cho Hao Dundee Wang is passionate about basketball and he invests thousands of hours to his craft. Dundee currently plays on Western Canada High School's senior team and is a big part of why Western is undefeated and ranked first in the province. He played for Team Alberta for 2 years where he represented the province at the national level. He was a starting point guard on both his U15 and U16 teams. Basketball has taught Dundee perseverance and determination. Last year, he tore his meniscus while playing and had to get surgery on his knee. This was a devastating setback for him both physically and emotionally. Unwilling to give up, Dundee set his mind on the next season and began the painful recovery process. Hard work paid off as his team is the best in Alberta. Dundee has developed strong leadership qualities. To empower the younger generation, he created a non-profit organization called Vision Youth Sports. He teaches and organizes weekly basketball lessons to 30 kids from ages 9 to 12. He organizes everything from booking gyms, inviting coaches, talking to parents, and personally coaching himself, which he loves. As an immigrant to Canada, it was hard for him to get involved in sports due to the language and cultural differences. His non-profit partnered with Calgary Immigration Services to deliver free clinics to youth who are interested in sports. He has done this several times throughout summer break and was recently invited back to help out with after-school programs.
Hello, people of YODA. I am Julianne Rohel, and I am the Secretary on the Board of Directors for Youth Central. I am proud and inspired by all the nominees in this year's Youth of Distinction Award category of Sportsmanship. And congratulations to the 3 finalists, Cho Hao, Chelsea, and KAITEY. And although we don't get to shake hands this year, or may never get to shake hands again, it is my distinct pleasure to announce that this year's recipient of the Sportsmanship Award is Chelsea Wong. Congratulations, Chelsea.
Now some of you might be thinking, did I really put Yoda in the Yoda Ceremony Awards video? Yes. Yes, I did. And I hope you all enjoyed my innovative reenactment of Star Wars. Speaking of innovative, we're on to our next category, Innovate. This is the first year that Yoda is hosting the Innovate category, and we got some really amazing nominations. The Innovation category would not be possible without the contributions of smart technologies. Now please, stay tuned for the finalist introductions.
The Innovate Award. The Innovate Award is awarded to a youth who demonstrates creativity, ingenuity, and originality. The nominee will take an innovative approach to finding solutions in areas including, but not limited to, social, economic, or technological problems. Jesse Lee. Jesse dedicates over 40 hours a week at the lab during the summer and also works at the lab until 7 p.m. on school days. He does this because he wants to change the world one innovation at a time. In 2018, Jesse began a project that would make headlines across Canada. He created one of the world's first ever reliable cannabis impairment sensors for use in law enforcement. His innovation, inspired by the newly introduced legislation, sought to solve an issue that concerned officials when marijuana use was legalized. A sensor of this level of effectiveness and quality has never been created before. It is novel science that edges on the physical restrictions of science and trumps previous iterations before it. Other systems currently on the market cannot detect cannabis on the breath with the sensitivity and specificity that his research has created. For real innovation to happen, Jesse believes in simplicity, especially when aiming to bridge the gap between academia and entrepreneurship. To go from idea to the lab is easy. To go from the lab to the market is difficult. Jesse's innovation is currently undergoing clinical trials at the University of Calgary, a feat that is unheard of among youth innovators. His innovation has even been picked up by an international breathalyzer corporation, Alcohol Countermeasure Systems Inc., that is seeking to move into the cannabis market. In the future, Jesse's reliable cannabis impairment sensors will hopefully help citizens of not just Canada, but the world stay safe. Alessandro GRECO. Alexander is motivated to innovate by a fascination with technology and its ability to solve local and global issues through technological advancement and collaboration. He founded the nonprofit IO Labs that seeks to build computer science literacy and community among youth in Calgary. For his nonprofit, Alexander identified a youth segment that was underserved in computer science instruction and engagement. He recognized that programming instruction through middle school was non-existent, and waiting to be introduced to programming until high school was untimely. There was no continuum to develop meaningful skills or contests and projects to strive for, which left a gap that he was excited to fill. Among his high school peers pursuing programming seriously, Alexander saw that it was largely a self-taught, solitary endeavor. His nonprofit's innovation is to develop programming skill through building community. One of Alexander's recent initiatives was a middle school hackathon. 100% of participants had never attended a hackathon. He worked incredibly hard to reach students from schools not normally represented at extracurricular initiatives. Students came from across Calgary, and his wait list included students from outside the city. At the same time, he focused on bringing together hackathon mentors from different high schools to build a computer science community among students that would not have otherwise had an opportunity to meet, share, and build upon their interests collectively. Alexander consistently embraces the opportunity to collaborate with others inside and outside his circle. Lachlan von Egmond. After joining Westmount Charter School's Student Council, Lachlan wanted to maximize efficiency and help the council make a real impact. He realized that they could improve how money was spent by innovating. Lachlan found that a lot of time and expense went toward renting a dunk tank for school events. He suggested to the school and school principal that he could design and build a dunk tank with minimal cost, freeing up space in the student council budget. Lachlan designed a dunk tank to meet the school requirements. After consulting extensively with administration, he submitted an initial plan for safety and liability review. Lachlan also consulted with an engineer to finalize his plans and ended up keeping the same design. After being built, the dunk tank showered its subjects flawlessly. The design is portable, can fit inside a small vehicle, is easily constructed in 15 minutes, and works great. Conventional dunk tanks require a trailer to carry, whereas Lachlan's dunk tank is easily deconstructed. It is crafted out of pressure-treated wood and fastened together with bolts, then painted with latex paint in the school colors, using a PVC revolving arm with a ground bolt as a pin. Lachlan's innovative DIY dunk tank will save Westmount School Council $400 per year. Lachlan is now looking into how the $400 of savings could be used to continue to innovate and compound the initial investment.
Hi everyone, Jeff Lowe here, Chief Marketing Officer at Smart Technologies. We're a global education company headquartered right here in Calgary, and we could not be more proud to once again be associated with YODA as the sponsor of the innovation category this year. When I think of innovation, I think of any change, big or small, that results in a better outcome. And we have certainly seen no shortage of the need for innovation over the past several months, as the very ways that we socialize with each other, communicate, work, and play has totally changed. So this category, I would argue, has never been more important. And the three nominees that we have in this category have shown incredible innovation, and they are all very worthy winners of this recognition. So my heartfelt congratulations to all three nominees. So to Alessandro, and to Jesse, and to Lachlan, congratulations. Now, without any further ado, I am thrilled to announce that the recipient of the Innovation Award this year is Jesse Lee. Jesse, congratulations on behalf of everybody at Smart Technologies. Well done.
Hi everyone, it's Paul Sun Young Lee here. I play Appa on Kim's Convenience. I'm also a huge cosplay and Star Wars nerd. You know, when my friend Andrew Fung asked me to actually give thanks and congratulations to the finalists and winners of the annual YODA Awards, I was so happy. It brings me an immense amount of pleasure to finally be able to dress up appropriately in my Star Wars costumes to present to you a Star Wars award. And what's that? It's not Star Wars. It is. It says YODA. YODA Awards 2020. YODA is in Star Wars. It's what? Youth of Distinction Awards? What does that mean? They do what? Oh, it's young people doing good deeds and hard work, and in categories of leadership and volunteerism, peer support, arts and culture, and more. Oh, so it has nothing to do with Star Wars. So I got dressed up for nothing. Well, that's embarrassing. Congratulations to the finalists and, of course, the winners. You truly are the leaders of the next generation, and may the force be with you. Okay, see you.
Do I hear Toy Story? I love that movie.
You got a friend in me. We all have a friend that we cherish. All the moments filled with laughter, tears, and drama become precious memories in the passing. Some of the most precious of those memories are when a friend is there to support you when you feel you have no one else to lean on. With the peer support category, we hope to recognize these amazing friends and all the wonderful things they do.
The Peer Support Award. The Peer Support Award is awarded to a youth who is a true mentor. This youth will have positively affected the life or lives of others. The nominee will have shown empathy and compassion while lending their support. Gavin Massong. Gavin is a champion for creating comfort and inclusion in his classroom. New students often arrive with anxiety and apprehension that can be overwhelming and isolating. With a cheerful and welcoming tone, Gavin connects with new students to ease them into their new environment. Gavin tries to be a friend to all, encouraging his peers to make good choices and even giving a cue or two about what those choices might look like. He reassures his peers that all will be okay and that staff are not enemies. Gavin has a mature wisdom and he knows how to make a positive connection. His tidbits of information, advice, and caring go a long way for students that feel unsure. Gavin has a flair for being a positive role model and leader within his class. He tirelessly encourages students to participate in extracurriculars instead of going home early. He teaches peers new games or drives important conversations in his social literacy class. Gavin encourages outings that he believes the students will buy into and has faith that one day they will all show up. Recently, Gavin's class had a tour with a VIP from the school board. It had been a tough day in the class and many students had chosen to leave for the day. Some of the remaining students were not in the mood for visitors, but Gavin saved the day by being positive and giving a heartwarming introduction to the program. Logan Nanapawisk. Growing up, Logan saw a lot of struggle in his own life and the lives of others. His kokum and mushom supported him for much of his life until his family started facing addiction and poverty. Over the years, Logan lost many of these important connections, which made him want to increase his support network. Logan knows he will need positive relationships to be successful. Logan puts in a lot of effort to be inclusive and ensures that people feel welcome. He joined the Discovering Choices Youth Council and has become a supportive leader in his school and community. On top of this, he has dedicated a lot of time and energy unconditionally supporting his partner Letitia for the past 4 years. In 2018, Letitia fell ill with lupus and was hospitalized for almost 5 months. During this time, Logan never left her side unless it was for school. He had to maintain school attendance in order to keep funding so that they could pay rent. Logan was also in an Iron Workers program that offered career opportunities for his future. He would rise early every morning to attend school, then go to the Iron Workers program, and finally go to the hospital in the evenings to visit Letitia. Many nights he would stay with her, sleeping on a chair because he didn't want her to be alone. He is motivated to achieve success so that he can provide his future family with things he never had. Matea Romanzin. Matea has an incredible compassion and way with peers that always puts the other person first. She is uniquely driven to help others for no reason but to lend a hand or improve another's situation or circumstance. Matea didn't think twice to help and support a student in her band who has several disabilities and challenges. She took him under her wing and helped him both inside and outside of music class. She positively impacted this student's life by encouraging him in band and allowing for him to feel accepted and included. Matea sits next to her peer and ensures he has everything he needs to play his saxophone. She guides him in foundational musical knowledge, skill building, and helps him organize lessons and planning. The student feels safe and cared for and has experienced wonderful moments in performances and rehearsals with her dedicated support. Without anyone asking, Matea noticed, cared, and wanted to make a difference. Matea has grown from a quiet and reserved person into a leader and a very conscientious young woman. She has found her confidence and she truly connects with others. Not only has Matea made significant contributions to the school and the band, but serves others with pride and has genuinely found joy in giving. She is a leader, contributes many hours of her time to help the band program, and is always willing to lend a hand. We can trust people like Matea to lead our next generation.
Hi everybody, it's Jerry Lynn Daniels from RBC. I'm here to congratulate the 3 nominees in the Peer Support category for the Youth of Distinction Awards. I know that COVID-19 has put a bit of a wrench, and while I wish I was with you all in person, I'm here on my deck with my puppy, just saying a big congratulations. So I'd like to congratulate the 3 nominees, Logan, Gavin, and Matea, and without further ado, really excited to announce this year's winner is Logan Nanapawisk, and I hope I got your name right. Congratulations.
Now to perseverance. This was hands down one of the categories that really made me feel grateful for being able to join YODA. In this category, we have 3 finalists who have demonstrated resilience and courage. I want to thank our finalists and their nominators again for sharing their inspiring stories with us.
The Perseverance Award. The Perseverance Award is awarded to a youth who has overcome adversity or an obstacle in their life. The nominee will take on challenges and demonstrate inner strength and perseverance. Aisha Blackface. Aisha is the 3rd of 9 children and has acted as a caregiver to her younger siblings, providing them with love, food, and support. Due to the intergenerational trauma that her family has faced, life has never been easy for Aisha. With what little she had to give, Aisha always made sure that her siblings felt loved. She gave up much of her own education to be home with her siblings. Aisha has taken the brunt of negativity from family members, shielding her younger siblings and keeping them safe when the situation might not be safe at home. Despite experiencing trauma and having to eventually leave home, Aisha still maintains incredible love and support for each and every family member. She continues to show strength and perseverance and ultimately forgiveness. Aisha will always take action to better her circumstances and has used support from her school community and friends to move past many obstacles. She does not take any experience for granted. Whether positive or negative, she sees an opportunity for learning and growth. Aisha is a talented artist who uses art as a coping tool to get through many dark times. Her dream is to create comic books featuring strong Indigenous heroes so that young adults who are going through a hard time have positive role models to look up to. Aisha realizes the importance of education in fulfilling her dreams. Everyone who meets her is impressed by her humility, hard work, perseverance, resilience, and dedication. Izon Bellum. With 6 or 7 siblings moving in and out of the house, Izon's family life has always been busy. Life changed when her sister was born with a chromosomal abnormality that left her with developmental delays. The family needed to support each other, and after doing her part for years, Izon's contribution to the household became unmanageable. Her stepdad moved out and her sister needed support with many basic needs. Izon was relied upon to babysit when her mother was working, but also needed to work full-time to help the family financially, all while trying to attend school. The demands on Izon were increasing and her anxiety and stress were overwhelming. She couldn't meet her family's demands and they asked her to move out. Izon tried moving in with friends to make it on her own, but it was difficult. She accessed Tony's house through the Boys and Girls Club, which housed her and supported her for a year. Izon is an excellent costume designer and she gained the confidence to start her own costuming company called Stormy Fluff Creations. She created one-of-a-kind costumes and proudly generated enough income to move out of Tony's house. Although her business was successful, it was also time-consuming. To focus on school, Izon applied to the Burns Foundation to assist her financially. She is now able to continue with her education to reach her goal of becoming a psychologist to help others who struggle with mental health issues. Amber Lise Montgomery. Amber has faced and overcome many challenges in the past few years. Home life was not a supportive environment, and at 14 she left the small town she grew up in to move to Calgary. On her own, Amber was facing homelessness and tackling addictions. She found herself at a youth emergency homeless shelter where she resided for a year. Struggling with her mental health, she engaged in destructive behavior and was no longer attending school. When Amber moved into a group home, she found it was not conducive to sobriety. Amber is a strong and independent young woman who has made incredible strides. Building strong relationships with her group home staff allowed her to gain the strength to make major life changes. At 16, she knew that she wanted a different life. Attending Crystal Meth Anonymous CMA meetings and seeing an addictions counselor, she made sobriety her top priority. She returned to school and is now an engaged student who is working hard to achieve her high school diploma. Amber has been sober for over a year and is rebuilding relationships with her family. Amber's school was so impressed with her dedication that they invited her to participate in the Lead program at Discovering Choices. This program is for students who are committed and show leadership potential. Amber is a success story because of who she is and her incredible resiliency. She strives to reach her goals and will continue to have an impact on others.
Hi, my name is Penny Hume, and I'm one of the executive directors of Youth Central. We are so proud to put on this event every year and to sponsor this year's Perseverance Award. Congratulations to all 3 of the finalists, Amber Lise, Izon, and Aisha. I wish we could have met in person, but when we get back to some semblance of normal, please drop into the office and say hello. The recipient for this year's Perseverance Award is Amber Lise Montgomery. Congratulations, Amber Lise.
Thank you to all of you who supported the YODA program and attended today's award ceremony. All of our award recipients are given a unique hand-blown glass award. We would like to thank Be Kingdom Glass for creating these astonishing pieces.
Thank you to our amazing award sponsors who helped make this unique recognition program possible. Our amazing sponsors include Royal Bank of Canada, ConocoPhillips Canada, Sandstone Asset Management, TD Bank Group, the friends and family of Al Dor, Smart Technologies, and the Rotary Club of Calgary East. We hope you enjoyed today's video. It would not have been possible without the amazing editing skills of Ross Doy, the Program Director at Youth Central. Thank you, Ross.
A very large thank you to all of our celebrity guests, Mayor Naheed Nenshi, Mark Tewksbury, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, and Andrew Fung. Your kind words were truly an inspiration. Although we are saddened by the fact that we could not have an in-person ceremony, our video today would not be possible without our incredible videographers, so a big thank you to them as well.
We, from the YODA Committee, would like to congratulate all the finalists and recipients of the 2020 Youth of Distinction Awards. Congratulations! It is important now more than ever that we cherish the value of community. We have been honored to recognize the amazing youth that have positively impacted our community.
And that concludes the 2020 Youth of Distinction Awards. From both of us, our committee, Youth Central, and everyone involved, we hope you had a great time, and thank you for your support and attendance. Have a great day, and please stay safe. Goodbye for now, and until next time.